A closer look at another part of the new Buffalo Bills stadium deal. As you know, the Bills, the state, and the county signed the papers this past week, sending this to the Erie County Legislature for approval. The Community Benefits Agreement, or CBA, was an important part of all of this. It really sets the terms for how the team will have to invest tens of millions of dollars over the long term in community programs and development. And J. Dale Shoemaker with our partners at Investigative Post has been digging into this part of the contract. Thanks for coming in, Dale. It's good to see you. What do we know about what's in the CBA as far as the funding, who's in control of it, and then some of the other specifics in all this paperwork?
Yeah, so there are a number of specifics that we know at this point. I'll kind of go through my list here. We know that there's going to be a project labor agreement, which means that this is the stadium's going to be built primarily with union labor. And the chair of the Erie County Legislature, April Baskin, she said that she's been working with Paul Brown, he's the president of the Building Trades Council, to really get more people of color into the union halls and make sure that they are included in the actual construction of this project. The CBA then includes a requirement that 30% of the contracts for maintenance and operation go to minority or women-owned companies. 6% of those contracts to veteran-owned companies, 30% of the contracts and 30% of the spending with regard to concession stands and food provided in the concession stands. Those have to come from minority or women-owned countries, as well as the veteran requirement as well. We know that there's going to be a transit hub in the new stadium design, and Niagara Frontier Transit Authority, they are going to be expanding bus service to the stadium. And then perhaps the biggest piece is the $3 million per year that the Buffalo Bills are going to be contributing to a community fund. That's going to add up to about $100 million over the course of the 30-year deal.
I know that you spoke with someone who follows this nationally, looking at these CBAs all over the country, and apparently this person found some issues with what we have here in Western New York. What did you get there?
Yeah, so the dichotomy here is this. The experts say that a CBA is most effective when it is specific, measurable, and enforceable, meaning that, let's say, for example, a project says, we're going to invest in affordable housing. The CBA should say where that housing is going to be, how much money is going to go into that housing, and how, if there is, if that doesn't happen, there's going to be consequences for that. Now, in this deal, all of those types of specifics are left up to an oversight committee. Now, it's this oversight committee that's going to have control over that $3 million per year, and they're going to be the ones who decide, what projects get funded, where those projects are, how to measure success on those projects, and they're going to be the ones holding the bills accountable as well. And this is a very new type of program. Other CBAs around the country don't do this. And so the experts say that this is leaving a lot up to chance, and April Baskin says, she has a lot of faith that this is going to work out.
Yeah, you mentioned April Baskin there again, the Erie County Legislature chair. When you talked to her, you asked about the power that's given to this community board. I want to play a little bit of her response to you about that. Listen.
And that community board will have the power to work directly with the Bills, the power to audit the Buffalo Bills, the power to ask questions about their philanthropic giving, and of course, the power to be able to say how the annual investment will be spent.
Obviously, getting her support is important because the legislature needs to sign off on this. What do you make of that?
Yeah, so again, it comes down to the fact that this is a new system, and this oversight committee has a lot of power. So it's going to depend on who is on that committee, who is able to support this committee. Ms. Baskin said that there's going to be county officers who are going to be assisting with, kind of the day-to-day work of this committee. And it's going to come down to, how effectively they can kind of dole out this contribution from the Bills, which again is, unique to Buffalo.
All right, J. Dale Shoemaker with our partners at Investigative Post. InvestigativePost.org, I know you got to link the article up there. It's a lot to dig through. The Community Benefits Agreement, also just a small part of the overall deal here. So thanks for your time, Dale.
Thanks, Michael.